What's up? What's up? It's your girl Michelle with those raindrop combos. And
Stacy, what's going on, guys?
what's up, chick? It's our wonderful Wednesday. Who we got on with us again
Listen,
today?
tonight, it's Wednesday. It's our wind down Wednesdays. We like to do our entertainment report. We have our entertainment reporter, Zaire, with us again tonight. Last week we did that Gen X, Gen Z mashup, which was live. We talked about Encore. We're going to follow up. We want to keep talking to our Gen Z and millennials and find out what's going on in that lifestyle. What's going on, Zaire?
Hey y'all, how are you?
We are wonderful, sweetie.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful. What are we talking about today? Give us a brief synopsis of what we're talking about today.
All right, so for starters, of course, I got to start y'all off with the Encore recap. This is like my favorite show right now, my reality TV fix, okay? And then, of course, we got to talk about Trick Daddy and how he was talking about the Beyhive and Jay-Z and all that. And then I got to ask y'all a question about Quavo and Saweetie. Like, if y'all break up, do you got to give the gifts back?
Oh, I'm ready for this one.
Me too.
Let's get it. Right, what's going on? What's going on with Encore for this episode 2? Cole, y'all go for it.
And let me say this: I finally got a chance to watch it. I watched it last night. I made sure before I went to bed that I did not go to sleep without watching both of the available episodes. So go for it, Zai. Let's talk. I can talk now.
Okay, you guys. So when we left off, I was coming off a little harsh on my girl Pam.
You were. Yes. After watching it, baby, you were, because I felt that there was such a genuineness there with her, and that I didn't feel like she was coming. Like, I get the Pastor Pam thing. However, I just got that that's where she is in her life. But go ahead.
Right. And that's okay. But ma'am, that's not what we don't want that in the show. We want drama. You know what I mean?
Do we?
Yes, that's what we want. We keep that up. We keep that up. But so in this episode, the ladies finally made their way to the studio, and they were making a song, which I liked it. I liked it. I think it was good for them. A lot of people do like the little Caribbean type of, soca dancehall type of thing, and they had like a cool little Jamaican vibe, Caribbean vibe. I liked it. And everybody got in the studio and they did their own little part. But see, here's the thing, Keely, baby.
Oh, she is not good for the show. I mean, not to say she is actually, I'm sorry, she's great for the show. However, her attitude is stanky dank. It is. It is. It's nasty.
Absolutely. But I love her for that. That's why we
right. Like it draws ratings. I get it.
Exactly.
She's a girl you love to hate.
Right. But I don't know if I hate her. I don't know. I don't know.
Keep going.
Reality, you know what I mean? And she's giving that to me. She's giving me Keely that through the chicken box. She's giving me that. And I love
Not Keely that through the chicken box.
Yes.
I love Notori. I don't like that, but go ahead.
So they got in the studio and they were doing their thing. And of course the twins got mad because one of the ladies from 702, I believe it was Irish, she wasn't performing to her best abilities. I don't know what she gave back in the day. Maybe she was
very pretty.
Okay. But what about
she was very pretty back in the day. Yes.
And what about the voice? But what about the voice back in the day? Was it him?
We don't know because they were a group. And I think
Wait, you said because they're a group, we couldn't hear their
They were a group. And I think that if I remember correctly, Fallon and Felicia, those are the other twins from Cherish, right?
Yes.
So now I do know where they are from. Now that I've heard the music and all that, I know where everybody's from. I do know Danity Kane songs now. Okay, I know one Danity Kane song now that I watched the show. But I think that she like the one of the twins kind of did say something. Damn, I forgot where I was going. I forgot. Go ahead. I do this all the time. Y'all know that.
They went in the studio, and one of the twins was basically saying like they were getting frustrated because Irish just couldn't sing, and they were telling her like, "Hey, girl, like try this out, try that out, and whatever." But another interesting part that got
wait. She said the twins was like, clearly the two 702 girls that are there weren't the lead singers in their group. She said that, and I was like, well, I mean, that may be true, but go ahead, my bad.
But so that happened. They helped her out, whatever, cool. But another interesting part was because there's nine women in the house.
Go ahead.
9 women in the house. They had some type of, when there's problems, they always need a mediator. So they had this vote to have the queen bee of the house. And the queen bee basically holds that title for the week. And anything that they say goes. So they voted, and Pastor Pam won the crown for the week. Shout out to Pam, because she won the crown for the week. But here's the thing with Pam. I don't know if she's just really just like, and I get that, like, this is just a part of life that you're in, and you love God, and you don't want to like come off any type of way. So they were in the studio, and she was sitting down, and Aubrey was sitting on the floor, and Pam happened to be sitting on the couch. Aubrey just happened to have her arm on Pam. Took it completely wrong. Like it just rubbed her.
It's just a girl thing. Yeah.
Like it's really like a girl thing. Like me and my friends are very touchy-feely. Like it's not like not overly, but like even if like I wouldn't think people would think, oh my God, like they're together. But I guess that's a different type of generation from Pam. And Pam was just literally like, Aubrey, like, I'm not with that. Like, don't touch me. Like, I'm not like that because I know how I could be perceived. And I'm not with that. And
but to me, let me insert, and I'm glad that I did watch it, because what I can insert is the fact that she admitted that that's what, like, she used to be in that lifestyle. And so, and for those of us that are from, back in total days, 90 something, 90, whatever, 94, like, we know that that's what she was into, And so what she's trying to do is she may be overcompensating a little bit. I won't say that she's not, because again, I did watch the episode. So yeah, I kind of like what Aubrey did. Now, the little finger movements and stuff was a little bit much for me too. Period. Like the finger movements, like I could see if you just got your hand on somebody, but rubbing their leg and stuff, yeah, that's not necessarily normally what people do. You know what I'm saying? Innocently. And so I think that she probably picked up on that part, not necessarily that she just had her hand on her, but what she needed to do was, because that was a part of her lifestyle, she wants to make sure that nobody, even the people that lived that was back in that time with her, like that she totally separated from, I'm assuming, she doesn't want anybody to get the wrong idea just because she's back in this whole music industry setting. She doesn't want people to think that that's the lifestyle that she's back into. That's what I got from it.
I get that, but I also think that, and that could just be the way that I'm born or the year that I was born in. But I think that there was a better way to come off. I think that definitely she could have said it in a nicer way. And I definitely think that in the time that we live in, like, I don't really think anybody would have thought that. I would have never thought that.
But she was triggered. Like, she was clearly triggered. And so we have to allow for other people's triggers too. And so that may have been, while it may be minute to us, and it may seem like, girl, why nobody even thinking that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was for her a trigger. So in that point, she had to say, she felt like she had to stand up for whatever her belief system was. And that's how I saw it.
Absolutely. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. And I get that. And I think that that's why it's interesting to have a lot of generational gaps in the house, because a lot of people, like, you're on that side, and I'm not really on Keely's side, but I could see where she was coming from, because Keely just got completely upset and was just like, Pam, you know, I stood for you. But that homophobic thing that you did, and I was just like, whoa. Like, I didn't think that she was being homophobic. I just definitely think that I don't think older people like people in their space in general. Like,
I know, but I think that Keely was looking for a moment. Like, Keely was looking for a moment, because at the end of the day, listen, if you are married to a man, right? Like, you're not bisexual. If you are a woman that is married to a man, you're not bisexual. You are monosexual. Like, whatever the word is, you are monogamous, because whoever you are married to, it should be your only person that you are even in any type of sexual relationship with. So I felt like she went overboard. I felt like her emotions did not match what the situation at all.
I definitely think that it does. I think it correlates, because I don't think that just because you're married to whoever you're married to doesn't mean that your sexuality isn't valid. You just happen to be married to some body that you really love. She didn't say that her marriage was a monogamous one. She didn't say it was monogamous.
I mean, maybe maybe it's just Keely. Keely just rubs everybody the wrong way, or a lot of people the wrong way, me being one of them. What I will say, let me say this, because last week when we spoke, I remember I threw shade at Shamari DeVoe. Now, usually I'm on my money bag, yo. Is that his name? I'm on my money bag, yo. Like, I don't backtrack. You know what I'm saying? If I said it, that's what I meant. However, let me backtrack with Shamari. My comments about Shamari were based on how she was portrayed on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the way that she was portrayed on Real Housewives of Atlanta is totally different from what you get to see on this show. So last week when you were calling her a queen and all that, and I said I threw shade. I admit that. I'm going to be woman enough to say my bad, because you can clearly see that she has a light. She has a light about her. She can sing. She's beautiful. And she just kind of seems, to me, she has a sweet spirit. So I apologize for the shade I threw, but go ahead.
Oh, sister, that was nice. That was so black.
I mean it. Like, you can like, after watching the show, you can actually see the difference in the portrayal, you know, and you can see what RHOA showed her as versus what she really is, which shout out again to Carlos King for really showing what's real, you know what I'm saying, and not fabricating stuff with Black women. So I'm just saying, that's it. Go ahead.
But I don't know what Keely's point was, but what I will say is that I think that everybody in that house is fake, because y'all was talking stuff about Pam too. Everybody that was in that room when Pam said what she said, it was crickets. And I was just like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Y'all sat there and let that girl out to dry. And then the next night, y'all was like, and the twins. Talk about what we're not going to do is bully Keely.
The one who stood up for Keely. Yeah. I was like, for real though, but okay.
Not when you called to a problem started the night before. Baby. What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, but I do like Nivea. Nivea is all the rainbows and unicorns and sunshines that you said she is. She really is. I absolutely love Nivea. She keeps it 100. 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like she keeps it 1,000 for real. The rice cake thing was freaking hilarious because it's like bombs over Baghdad going on, and she is literally looking for food. She's like, "Oh, for real? Did that bomb just go off? Where are the rice cakes?"
And like even when Keely was doing her little spiel, she's in the back cracking up, and it's like, girl.
That was good. That was good. So yeah, I mean, Encore. Again, shout out to Carlos A. King or Carlos King. I keep saying A. I don't know if I saw A somewhere, but I'm hoping that's right. But when I watch the show, I'm a credit watcher. So I actually watch the credits, because I like to see everybody who had an input in it. And I thought that I saw that the Kingdom Reign, which I believe is Carlos King's entertainment or production company, I thought that I saw that the Encore is also in conjunction with T. Tucker Productions, which my only assumption would be that that's Todd Tucker, Candy's husband, again in Atlanta, homeboy via New York, which is still homeboy. So I'm thinking that, and they may be working together again on this show, which kudos to them, because I think they started together on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they branched off to do their own thing. So like for real, kudos to them, because this is a good show.
They did work together on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I believe Carlos left for whatever reason, but so I mean, today's Wednesday, so you guys could definitely catch BET Presents the Encore tonight at 10 p.m. for all your peoples. But
catch Nivea's cute little self and Shamari's cute little self, and the rest of them, they trying.
They are. But moving right along.
Okay, so what are we going to next?
All right, we gotta talk about Beyonce and Trick Daddy. We have to talk about.
Ooh.
I cleared my throat on that. I
heard you, Shell.
I didn't really speak too much on the Encore thing because I'm kind of out of the loop on that, and I'm gonna get caught up. I promise y'all. Next Wednesday, I will be up and I will be on point. But this Trick Daddy thing, now, baby, I'm ready to get into that content for real.
Malama, I'm gonna pour my wine and listen to y'all. Go right ahead.
Wait, hold on. Oh, so all right. So Zaire.
I'm gonna have some stuff to say now.
I know
I'm gonna have some shit to say now.
I know you are. Zaire, give us the deal while I pull up the content, baby.
Yes, ma'am. So, first of all, let's just bring up Trick Daddy, okay? Trick Daddy and his lovely radio station show segments with Trina. Okay, Trick Daddy.
Are they still on the show together? I thought they fell out.
Did they?
They fell out before. I didn't know that they were back together on the radio.
It might be. I don't know, but I know that it was some mention in the blogs about her as well, with this situation kind of exploding. But I'm not gonna. Don't get me to lying. I'm not sure what the status is currently.
Ooh,
right, go ahead, Genzier.
But that's something to think about. I didn't know that. But all right, so let's just do Trick Daddy. Let's just talk about how old Trick Daddy is, first of all.
What we gotta say about Trick Daddy? Like we can't talk too much about Trick Daddy, but what we gotta say?
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about Trick Daddy and how he's 46.
Is he?
Yes, Trick Daddy is 46.
You look older than that on these pictures. I'm gonna be honest.
I think that's the lupus, though.
Right.
Oh, he has lupus?
Yeah,
he does.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. So we're gonna talk about how Trick Daddy is 46, and he is a black man with a black mama and black aunts, and I'm pretty sure he has a black grandmother. So I don't understand why he's talking about a black woman in a negative light. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I love Beyonce's talent. I'm not a fan of Beyonce. I'm not a die-hard Beyhiver, but I will give the woman credit. She is a talented black woman. She's a talented black woman. Her mother is a talented black woman. And
I love Miss Tina. Yes.
And her father is a talented Black man who instilled that in both of his kids.
He did. Mm-hmm.
And probably is instilling in his third child, but we're not gonna get into that.
Shade. I felt the palm. You see those palm trees, show?
Shots fired. What?
The palm trees.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I saw it. Plenty of shade on that one, but yeah.
Plenty. But go ahead.
And I just didn't like the fact that Trick Daddy was talking about her, and we're gonna get into what he said. So, Trick Daddy was in a Clubhouse, I guess, chat room talking about Beyonce, and what he said was Beyonce don't write her music and can barely sing. That is that's an accusation. Now, whenever I talk about somebody, I always make sure I have some type of facts. Let's bring up the fact sheet. Let's talk about how Beyonce has won 28 Grammys. Okay. 28 Grammys. I'm not too sure if I'm not gonna say Trick Daddy's song. I'm gonna use another word, N-word. I don't think that got a Grammy. I don't really know if that got a Grammy or not. That song with Trina that you have, I don't think that was Grammy nominated either. And
baby, because I'm a thug. What? Baby, because I'm a thug. Is that the song you're talking about, or are you talking about another song?
Let me be honest. I would have.
You don't even know.
Me either. Thank you.
Right.
Look at you.
Okay.
No, baby, feeling it.
Honey.
I mean, but like shout out to Miami though, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like Trick Daddy is.
That's where the drop it like it's hot booty shake came.
Yeah,
out
like
and,
for real.
You know,
Trick.
I think they got. I think they helped Atlanta go ahead and get their thing popping. So
absolutely.
nah, baby.
I think
when I was in college,
Trick Daddy is a legend.
He
from
is a legend.
Our day.
Yeah, so there is, some respect there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's why
absolutely.
I wasn't so triggered by him saying, I guess you'd have to be a true Beyhiver to really have gotten upset about what he said, because I wasn't like freaking out, like, oh God, I can't believe he said that,
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like here's the thing. So I've always liked Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Like I've always, from Destiny's Child days, because Shell, when we were in college, that's when Destiny's Child was popping,
right?
And we would have the little talent shows at school, and in the dorms or whatever, and everybody wanted to sing Destiny's Child. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, so I get it, but I wasn't necessarily a fan of Beyonce's. Right.
I've never been to one of her concerts.
Until I went to a concert.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. That baby girl, who is a Virgo just like my baby, and I call my baby B because their work ethic is freaking phenomenal. Virgos, which is what Beyonce is, their work ethic is phenomenal, and they believe in perfection. So you can literally, like, watching her live and in person is an experience. Like, I would have never thought that until I was gifted a chance to go see her up close and personal, to see her and Jay-Z on that On the Run tour. I think in 2018. Baby, let me tell you something. The work ethic that it takes for her to do what she does on that stage, I commend her for that. I became a fan, and I don't fan for many people at all, but I became a fan after going to that concert. For real. So,
and I want to say something. And I want to say something real quick, and then I'm gonna throw it over to Zaire. Yeah. I just want to say that, I love performers. I do. I'm telling you, I love performances and I love performers, but I also really love singers that have talent. And just to drop something in real quick, there's a versus coming up between Mary J. Blige and Toni Braxton.
I thought that was fake.
Well, I don't know.
Somebody said that was fake. Yeah, I thought somebody said that was fake.
July.
I thought somebody said that was fake. That was just kind of Earthquake. If I'm not mistaken, Earthquake put out there like
it's fake, because people are already saying there is no competition. Because the thing is, Mary J. Blige can't dance, but baby, when I say she can sing,
baby, you can't.
She can sing.
Mary J. Blige can only do a versus against herself. Like, she can only do a versus against her different albums. That's it.
Yeah. And so
I don't want to see nobody try to come up against the queen.
Right.
Period.
And so not to get off topic, but just to say that there is a difference. No, it's all good. Please say that, and then Zaire, you go ahead. But I just want to say there's a difference between, that raw talent and then that being able to do both. I think Beyonce has a great combination of singing and performance art. Yes. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna leave it at that. Go ahead, Zaire.
Zaire, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to overtake that. Go ahead.
It's okay. The thing is that regardless if Beyonce doesn't write her own music or not, she makes it seem like she's wrote her own music. And it doesn't even matter if she's written it or not.
Okay. That means she's a smart businesswoman, to be honest with you.
Because who got time to do all that? Look at what else she's doing. Does she really have time to sit down and?
But what I've read is that I think I was reading about her and Neo and whatever song they did, and that she changed a couple of lyrics in, that song that Neo wrote, and she changed a couple of lyrics because she wanted to have songwriter credits, and and Neo kind of bucked against that, and I don't know if it went to court. I think it may have kind of been a suit or whatever.
They probably settled, because I didn't hear about it getting to going actually into. Yeah, but let me tell you something. They shrewd business people. Let me tell you. You think her and Jay-Z didn't get to where they are right now? They shrewd, baby. So no, same way. What was the deal that when Twitter asked her to do some kind of concert, and instead of getting paid, she asked for shares of the company, and that are now worth $300 million. Okay, so let's get to.
Don't think Matthew Knowles is a fool either.
Right.
Matthew Knowles taught her very well, I don't care. He screwed over Tina in the marital department, but when it came to his daughter and when it came to business, he took care of business.
Right.
As far as we know.
As he should.
Gotcha.
Yes, as he should. But go ahead, sis. Go ahead. We're sorry.
I don't know anybody right now that really writes their own music. So you bringing that up, Trick Daddy, I don't know. I'm not here for it. But not only did he talk about Beyonce, he also talked about her husband, Jay-Z, and he also said that Jay-Z ain't never won greatest rapper alive.
He went in.
And
but is he the greatest rapper alive?
I don't think so, because we've already talked about this.
I don't think so either.
This is, we're talking about Tupac. We're talking about, Grandmaster.
Well, he's not alive though. Tupac is not alive.
He what?
I say he's not alive.
I know, but I'm saying, but you saying greatest rapper alive right now?
Right.
I still wouldn't give him that title, period. So.
I'm trying to see who I think is better than. Here's the thing, Jay-Z, I don't like. Okay, you know how you got you young kids, and when I say young kids, Gen Z and millennials, whatever, y'all think of a bop, I don't think of Jay-Z as a bop kind of recording artist, or rapper. I think of him as a more cerebral. When I listen to Jay-Z, I'm not listening to, dance or whatever. I'm listening to really learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's more cerebral. He's a lyricist. And Gen X, we like lyricists. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear, we want to be able to resonate with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
We want to dance and all that. But you move to the great category when you are a lyricist as well. And I do think that Jay-Z is a lyricist. I hear, old stuff of his and new stuff of his, and I'm like, yo, he's spitting game. For real. I don't know. But I wouldn't say he the GOAT.
Not at all.
Nobody gave him that title. I don't know where Trick Daddy's getting this. I don't know where he got this from. But he also went on to say that he basically said that Jay-Z isn't the greatest rapper alive, and that when Biggie died, we didn't at New York City didn't have anybody else, so we kind of just pushed Jay-Z up and was like, okay, it's your time now because Biggie's dead. And I was just like, okay. And he also says that Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to New York, and that's why they're together.
Now, now this ain't the SAT, but what does he mean by that? Because I know they have those kind of questions on the SAT, like so and so is to so and so, like so and so is to so and so. What does he mean by that?
I kind of think it like this is what I interpreted it as. I think he means like Beyonce is like the top, like that's literally like that's the mold that you have to kind of feel when it comes to R&B. And I get that. And I also get that but when it comes to New York City, I don't know if Jay-Z is the person that we would look to, but I guess he's saying like when you have these two powerful people at two powerful points in music that they should be together because they make more money together than they would be apart.
So they kind of married like kind of the monarchs that we were talking about before, Shell, remember? Like, that makes sense. They married because them together. What did Fabulous say? I'm a movement. What did he say? I'm a movement by myself, but I'm forced when we're together. Right. And so, yeah, so they got together because they're forced together. And
right.
What's the problem with that?
Right.
The problem is he's mad because he doesn't have his own Beyonce next.
There you go.
Okay, right. So yeah, getting back to him and all of this stuff, but just to kind of,
but do we not? But we don't agree with the fact. Go ahead, Shell, because let's talk about these restaurant reviews.
Yeah, which is exactly what I was about to go into. Because the thing is, that's what caught my attention on social media today. It's just a friend posted that, okay, so Trick Daddy says that he doesn't really think that Beyonce is the best singer, and he doesn't think that Jay-Z is the GOAT. And so, it is what it is. It's his opinion. And so people got triggered and, they started the whole cancel culture movement where they went to a page to leave some really bad and horrible reviews on his website about his restaurant. And a friend noted that she didn't think Beyonce was the greatest rapper. But what she said was, why can't people have opinions? And while you guys were out there destroying the ratings for his restaurant, you're actually hurting some people that are, the employees of that restaurant.
That are employing the waitresses, some black, community, so like, some of the black community, right?
Yeah, why do we do that to each other? Why can't a man get on? People go on YouTube and social media and say what they want to say all the time. And I guess if you have a way to hurt them, then I just didn't think it was cool. I just did not think it was cool at all, and that was my problem with it. So
he received a whole lot of backlash, basically. So let's. I want to. What was his response? Like, I want to know what does Trick Daddy have to say about this. Hey, what is his response?
Let's run it, baby. Let's run it. Give me just a moment.
And ain't nothing to that. So let me get this straight. The United States just surpassed almost 600,000 people died from, right? We got businesses that's closing down because they don't have employees. I went to the club last night and tried to buy me a bottle of Patron, my friend, my homeboy, a double shot of Remy, and they ain't have no more. Because they ain't got enough people to working at the shipping plants to get the liquor out here, right? I'm just getting this straight. Then, January 6th, Donald Trump called an insurrection to the state capitol where they stormed, assaulted, and threatened lives of our people in the same country we live and die for, right? And all y'all got to do is worry about and try to assassinate my character about who I like and who I think can't sing. People really listen to yourself. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Beyonce, the number one performer I ever seen besides Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. Can she sing? Yeah. She can't sing. She ain't in my top. Beyonce ain't Stephanie Mills. She ain't Patti LaBelle. She ain't Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. She ain't the Adele. But that's my opinion. That she might be your Adele. She might be your Whitney Houston. That's my opinion. I told my homeboys, oh, Chris Brown is on the level of Michael Jackson. They like, you crazy, you disrespecting the king. The Thriller album did this. I'm telling you something I feel, and I'm telling you something that Michael Jackson told Chris Brown himself. Mike was a fan of Chris Brown and told Chris Brown, I like everything you do, how you sing, how you represent, and how you perform. I'm a big fan of yours. That's huge. Keep up the work, Breezy. A lot of people don't like Drake. Do I think Drake is my favorite rapper in the world? No. Everybody knows my favorite rapper is Tupac. But you gotta respect Drake because he got more hits than anybody in the history. Do he have enough Grammys, enough hardware? No. Because a lot of things go different ways for different reasons. Now, I'm going to tell you again. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Adele, Stephanie Mills, Shirley Murdoch, Betty Wright, the late great Miss Betty Wright. Those are my favorite singers. Those are the people I believe that are vocalists, that have a strong voice and a strong thing. For y'all, for all y'all who think that my opinion don't matter, come get you a shot. Come get you a shot of this.
And so, although we couldn't show the video just due to YouTube and all the censorship online about showing other people's video, when he said, come get you a shot, he poured a shot of Clorox into a glass with ice. So when he told him to come get a shot,
he said a few things.
Yeah. He was
okay.
He went in.
Number one, and I say Gen Zer because we need to, I want to make sure that everybody understands we're for all the generations.
Right.
So Zaire is representing millennials and Gen Zers. But that's his opinion.
Thank you.
Like, why are we so focused on what one person's opinion is?
Right.
Not like he has a right to say and to feel and to rank people the way that he does, the same way that Kevin Samuels does. Right. He has a right to rank his favorite artist. It doesn't mean that it's the gospel. It just means that that's his, like, for real. Like, okay, so when you start talking about Stephanie Mills if you listen to her range on just Home, like from the Wiz, like when you listen to her range and you try to emulate it,
there's no way.
Girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about Whitney Houston. How many times? I'm from the Apollo generation, Generation X, and before we're from the Apollo generation. So we know what talent is. Like we understand talent, and we understand that when someone wanted to show talent on the Apollo, they tried to sing a Whitney Houston song. They tried to sing Home from Stephanie Mills. Like, that's all he's saying. What the hell is the big deal? Now, you don't necessarily have to downgrade Beyonce's talent because Beyonce has talent, period.
But did he do that, though?
I didn't think so. I just felt like he was, I don't know. Zaire, what do you think?
This is my thing. Also, let me just say one more thing before I get into your question. Beyonce has 28 Grammys, Jay-Z has 21. I'm just saying. But also, one thing I will say is that these women that he's talking about, like, they walked so Beyonce could run. Like, why can't they just coexist together? Like, why can't you just give her props and say? And then I didn't like the fact that once you got backlash and people were writing stuff on your restaurant, giving you bad reviews, you kind of recanted what you said. That's
Did he?
Yes,
I thought he doubled down on it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. Yeah.
But you said she couldn't sing. You said no, she could sing. She's talented. That's not what you said. You said she couldn't sing, and you said she could. He said she could barely sing, and she don't write her music. Now,
okay, so you're right, Zaire, you're right, because on the original interview, it was a little bit more negative. And so on this one, he tried to say, well, that's my opinion. You know, he brought up Stephanie Mills and all that. So now you're right. In a
And
slick
Shirley
kind of
Murdoch
way,
and Betty Right.
he threw it off a little bit because I know the backlash has to be hurting him, whether he admits it or not. It you know,
we saw the reviews for his restaurant like plummet.
I mean, for real.
Because of the Beyhive, and they made sure they knew he knew that it was them.
Yeah. And I think people,
that's fair.
But it's not fair. But I think people are going in for the fact that you did this publicly. And I honestly think, Black people are just tired of other Black folks going in, publicly on these blogs and these, YouTube videos and these podcasts, just, talking things that, which is not necessary. You can have your opinion, but sometimes, an opinion is like an asshole. Everybody got one. That don't mean you got to show it to everybody. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to say that and I'm done. Period.
And I'm not going to beef with you just to get clout. Like
that's my own. That now, if I had to say that there was one negative thing that I saw coming out of this, is that it seemed like a clout chase. I'm like, do what you got to do, make your little money. You had your time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now that's where I have a problem with how he did it. It's like you could have just been talking to your homeboy, telling them that. Why are you out in public when you know the nature of social media? You know what I'm saying? So,
man, this whole Clubhouse thing, like, that's making everybody feel like it's just an open forum to say what the hell you want to say. But that's a whole nother episode of Oprah, as we say. Right. So, let's move on, Zaire. So what's our next subject?
Ooh, this is my favorite one.
Ooh.
With something small, some medium, some now we at the hot seat.
Okay.
We at the hot seat.
Let's go.
You guys know, clearly you guys don't know, but like when Quavo and Saweetie were dating, you guys, they were it, okay? Saweetie posted how her and Quavo started talking on Twitter, and it was just like all of the people in my generation just like went crazy. Like they went crazy and they were like duplicating it. So basically he sent like a snowflake and she sent ramen, and he was like, I'm an icy boy. No, he was like, you're an icy girl, but I'm like a glacier. I don't know. I'm
so confused. What do you mean? Like, okay, we're Generation X. So Michelle, you may know, but I don't know. What the hell is he sent a snowflake and she sent ramen?
I have no idea either. So we're going to need Miss Lady to please
get some background, some backdrop on that? What does that mean?
Okay, so Saweetie, her first single was Icy, and it goes, I'm icy, wifey, haters wanna, and that's her thing. Like she's just icy and icy jewelry. So she's like,
gotcha.
Like rings, necklaces, earrings.
She dripping. Right. We got it.
Drip. Okay.
Right.
And so her signature is a snowflake because it's icy.
Oh, okay.
Right. So he sent the snowflake and she sent the ramen. I don't know. Saweetie has this weird thing with her food. I don't know. And he was just like, you an icy girl, but I'm a glacier boy. I don't know. But
so they're the same, basically, is what he was saying.
Or so we thought.
Okay.
I'm thinking, if you come into somebody who's icy, like Saweetie claims to be, which she is, okay? Mm-hmm. Which she is. She's that girl.
Oh God, this is so young to me. She's icy. That means she drips all the time. She has like jewelry and all that. That's what that means, right?
Right. And you're gotcha. Quavo, and you are Quavo, the honcho. You're honcho. That's what you say. He's called the honcho, okay?
You're the head of shit. You got money. You could do this. You could do that. You could keep her dripping. Got it.
You could keep her dripping and everything. So
I'm trying to follow.
They're together, and in December of 2020, Quavo gifted her with an icy blue Bentley. Okay, a Bentley, an icy blue Bentley, guys. And in the headrest of the seat, it was icy and had snowflakes in it. Like this was for her. This was for Saweetie.
Right, but okay, so what I would want to ask as a Gen Xer and an old girl, I want to know, was it her name?
But see, wait, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm guessing that it was a gift. So I don't really know if you can put a car in somebody's name if it was a gift at first.
Well, I mean, if it's a gift, that means that it's paid for, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay, but go ahead.
But here's my thing. After they broke up, turmoil, it was rumors that he took the Bentley back. And so as of right now, that Bentley with Icy in the headrest.
I saw it.
Yes. That $279,000.
Yeah.
Yes, $279,000 car is in San Diego at a used dealership named Jake's Motor Cars. If anybody wants to try to get it.
Wow.
And my
not cool.
So he went and took the car back from her?
They had it repossessed?
Yes.
Or right. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. So it really wasn't her car, because if it was her car and it was in her name, there was no way, and it was paid for, let's say all of those things coexisted, then there would be no way he would be able to repossess something that he gifted her that again was in her name and that was paid for. Period. In totality. But go ahead.
But if it was but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Me personally, maybe not with the $279,000 car or something. I feel like there could have been some type of agreement or something. Maybe if it was an amicable breakup, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not in a relationship. Hopefully it was amicable. I don't know. But I feel like at one point, baby, I was your girl, I was your world, and you couldn't live without me. So could I not have kept the car and we kept some type of agreement? I honestly just don't feel like if you're Quavo Huncho, you're 1/3 of this great mega super group, you could have let me keep the car. Not that Saweetie is tripping over it because she just, she just leveled up and got herself a Rolls Royce. Okay. But my thing is, why couldn't I keep the car? If you're Huncho and you got all this money and you came to me telling me, oh baby, you're icy and I'm a glacier, this little brick of money ain't nothing, baby. You spend that on jewelry. Because if you're gonna take back the car, baby, take back everything. But you just took back the car to be spiteful. I don't even think he did it in like a way to be like, yeah, like I'm just taking it back. I really think he just did it to be spiteful, to let everybody know, to set the precedent. Like, yeah, like if you do this with me and you're with me, I'm taking back everything. Like, no girl better come back and try to think she's gonna get one over on me. And I think that's what it really was. I don't even think he did it to be like, yeah, I want my car back.
I mean, you knocked her out in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? So how much more effeminate can you look to, when you guys have reported that the relationship is over, she's over it, she didn't really want to press charges. But then to take the car back, you know what I mean? Like you said, I mean, they're burning up money like it's nothing, and so, no, I think it was I think it was very spiteful to do that, because this was a customized car, something that you had custom made for the woman that at the time you said you loved. So no, I think it was very spiteful and pretty disgusting as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I don't know. I just say, like, why do you, like, if it was, again, when I think about because I do know some, like, older, like, and when I say older, I mean like 70 something, like women who, are just about that game, you know what I'm saying, in that game and that life, like they weren't getting cars that were able to be repossessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were getting houses in their names. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of this shit.
I know where you're going, sis.
Instagram.
I know where you're going, sis. I know where you're going.
Yeah. Like when you talk about old school, and I mean old school women who were really like, or who are really about that life. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, hell no, I don't want no shit that you gifted me that's in your name or that can be repossessed. Hell no, if you gifted me some shit, it need to be in my name, period.
Right.
Like that's, other than that, that ain't no gift. You loaning me. And the old school women that I know that's about that life, that shit wouldn't even roll. Right. Like it wouldn't even been no repossessing. What? You can't repossess no shit in my name. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say F, but you know it is what it is. I'm sorry, my bad.
I hear you. I hear you. Talk about him taking stuff back, then let's talk about all the trips that you gave me. If you're really gonna take some stuff back, let's take it all back. You know what I mean?
You can't take experiences back from people, and that's what we need to also think about. Like experiences are experiences. Once you have an experience, like material things are different. You can take material things back, but experiences you can't take that back.
Exactly. And you giving me the car was an experience that, unfortunately, because of our status, we shared.
No, that's a material possession. But that's not an experience.
It's an experience because you recorded it and put it on the internet. That's not.
Thank you.
It's experience one time. No. The first time you drive it, it's an experience. The first time you drive a Bentley, the first time you drive a Rolls Royce, the first time you drive a, whatever, that's an experience. After that, it's a material possession.
No, that depreciates over time.
Thank you. And it doesn't mean crap.
Have no value.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
Experiences are travel experiences. Experiences are who your girl are on our HOA on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Marlo. Experiences are the men that she's dealt with, teaching her how to invest, teaching her how to multiply her money. Those are,
and let me tell you. Yeah, and I think that's the disconnect with what this new social media culture considers experience. And posting a picture on damn Instagram of somebody laid across a luxury car versus somebody that just invested a $1 million check that's about to turn into $30 million. That's an experience. And so it's a total disconnect with what is considered an experience. Would be him putting a ring on her finger and pledging his lifelong love and affection to her. Boom. Don't tell me that no damn car is an experience.
Like, here's the thing, like, it's crazy because it's just because that they have money that they're able to kind of publicize these big, large purchases.
Right.
Like, I remember being in 9th grade, you know what I'm saying? Like, 9th grade boyfriend. And it really meant something because my boyfriend went out and got me a, little gold ring from the little local, jewelry shop or whatever. Yeah. Like, that really meant something. That wasn't something that he could take back. That, like, it really had meaning behind it. Mm-hmm. This stuff that they're doing now is to stunt on a gram. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah. And we probably sound old and lame talking about this shit about investments and stuff. And I honestly don't care, because the thing is, I hope that some young woman will hear this and know the difference between social media experience and a real life experience.
So we talked about the Saweetie and the Bentley, the giving back and all that. So I know as we were talking about this offline, Zaire, our conversation about this particular subject went to, I think you were the one that said, well, so if I'm engaged and we don't get married, am I supposed to get the ring back? Do you remember that conversation?
I definitely do remember that.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit, because to me,
I want to know what Zaire thinks about that. What do you think, Zaire?
Well, Sissy Pooh and Sissy Pooh 2. I definitely think that if you're married or engaged to somebody, well, let's say engaged. if you're engaged to somebody and you guys call it off, I definitely do not think that you should give the ring back, because at the end of the
day, really, that's what I felt like that too, Sha. I was like, for real, y'all crazy. I was like, y'all, your generation is
y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. You get that man that ring back, because you get that man that ring back. You don't want to have nothing to do with that. Oh, you give that man that ring back.
Yes, no, I feel the same way.
You give him the ring back, because when it's done, it's done. The last thing you want is any connection with him. You got to give the ring back. The relationship is over. If y'all were engaged and now you're no longer engaged, what would you do with the ring? You're not going to wear it, and so are you going to keep it in the box as a memory? No, you get that man that ring back. If he didn't want you enough, then give him his damn ring back. You more valuable than the damn ring. No, you get that man that ring back.
There's a line of delineation, and I think usually I say demarcation, delineation, whatever. Here, this is what I told you offline, Zaire. You can, agree or disagree. But like I told you offline, it depends on who calls it off. Now, if you gave me a ring, because at that point we are entering into a binding contract that we are getting married, that is the expectation. That's what we're going to do. Now, if I mess it up and or I change my mind for whatever reason and I decide I don't want to get married, okay, I will give the ring back. However, if you fuck it up, I ain't giving the ring back. And that's the bottom line. If you fuck it up, or if you cheated and, I'm like, yeah, I can't deal with you no more. Or if you say, I don't want to do this, that's on you. That's your decision. And so, yeah, if you do that, I'm not giving the ring back. And that's just, to me, that's the line of demarcation. I mean, it is.
So
what do y'all think?
So Zaire, what's your opinion? You think whether you call it off or he calls it off, you still keep the ring?
I definitely think that if you gave me an engagement ring, that it's mine. You gave it to me with the intention of being mine forever, regardless if we're together or not. That was your intention. Because before you bought the ring and went down there and gave them your money that you worked hard for, you should have known that, maybe this might not work.
All right. So what are you going to do with the ring, though?
But I don't know, baby. It might be a very tough time and the lights might be cut off, or I might
No, that's what I'm saying. No, if I kept the ring, I'm definitely going to use it for leverage.
Pawn.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we were at least on the same page on that part, because no, if I kept the ring, it wouldn't be to be walking around pretending like I'm still engaged. It would be to pawn it when time times got tough, or to possibly pass it on to somebody else. Hopefully let them be able to use it for something, sell it to somebody else. But no,
that's not like women don't. Like, I know a lot of women who are in, let's just say, masculine fields, who work in masculine fields, and they find it necessary to wear a ring, a marriage ring or engagement ring or whatever, in order to stop the advances from men in their male dominated career fields. So there are women that do, wear rings, engagement or wedding bands, whatever, what have you, in order to minimize the men trying to, come at them. So, I mean, it could still be used, but I don't know. I still feel like that. Yeah. If you call it off, I'm going to give you the ring back. It is what it is. It's a contract.
But I think any other gifts, honestly, and like you said, Stacey, nowadays with the way, if you're in a celebrity marriage, or a celebrity relationship, perhaps the gifts you're receiving and that they're being posted on social media, they're just for, just for the clout or whatever. But anything, and when you're talking about regular people like us, if any man that gave me a gift, there is no giving that back. I mean, period. I don't, we already know that. I think that
even an expectation.
There's not a question about, oh, we done. Now I'm coming to take the outfit I bought you last month. And nah, bro.
Like, I'm thinking about even going back to like my first boyfriend, like 9th grade. Like, okay, I remember him buying me a ring, a really nice gold ring, and a really nice, gold bracelet or a couple of gold bracelets or whatever. Yeah, like when we broke up, it wasn't like, let me get those things back. Like, are you serious? It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So to me, that thing was this whole topic was pretty, as far as my opinion, it was pretty cut and dry. I mean, the whole car thing. I think he should have been man enough to let her have it, but I think she should have been smart enough to ensure, like you said, Stacey, that it was in her name, so that there would not be any repossession. Because I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with a relationship, but what I get while I'm in the relationship, I'm pretty sure I earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or there are certain limits that you just don't go over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in a relationship, like, you're not married to this woman or this man. Like, do you ever think like, well, wait a minute, maybe it's not smart to purchase this person who I'm not married to a $300,000 car? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, and I know it's the whole thing of it ain't tricking if you got it. I got it. But clearly, if you can't just let her have that shit and it ain't in her name, you ain't got it.
You ain't got it.
So it's tricking.
You
know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You got mad.
I don't know.
Mad. The
what do you think? What do you think, Zah?
Tell us, Zah.
I think there's a big dichotomy between the way that we think and the way that people of your generation thinks. This is what I'm saying. Social media has it twisted. Like, I definitely think that she should have been able to keep the car. And the only reason I think that she should have been able to keep the car is because that's an experience. Like, that experience, it was intimate between me and you. You decided to share it with the world. Like, if you...
Who shared it with the world? Because I thought I saw the picture. She posted the picture when she received the car with the bow on it and all that, right?
Yeah, and when you say about the dichotomy between the two generations, legally, see, we got to talk legally. She couldn't.
Right, we older, so we think legally first, right?
If her name wasn't on that title, then it didn't matter. He could have taken her to court or whatever. So what we're saying is that
did he have a note on that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you are not entering into these relationships, you are not securing yourself for what could happen. Then this is what happens. He took that legally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he can. Yeah, that was
high value man, and we talk about high value man because we refer to the whole rhetoric now. But high value men are not buying you shit on credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a high value man is buying you something, they're buying it straightforward, and it's gifted. Right. Period. What he did, like, you don't go and you don't get a car note on something that you're gifting me.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
That's what I'm saying. You don't finance.
That sounds crazy. You're not gifting
you
me
might
shit.
Finance the ring. Regular people in the real world. The man might finance the engagement ring and all that stuff. And even if you leave with the ring, he's still got to pay that. But a $300,000 car that is not in your name's not on the title and it's still under lease or whatever. No, so I mean, I understand what you're saying, Zai, and I appreciate that, sweetie. Yes. I showed you, and I'm so glad.
I know old school women who have gotten houses from their,
and so that's an experience too. But is my name on the deed? I don't give a damn about no experience and cutting no ribbons and all that. Where's the deed, and is my name on it? Because that's what it's all about. We talking about legally. He took this shit because he could.
Yeah, I kind of feel like your generation, Zai, you're millennial, you're Gen Z. Sometimes y'all hustle backwards.
I get that because a lot of people in the comments on the neighborhood talk, shout out to Cal. A lot of people on the neighborhood talk were saying the same thing, like Quavo's so corny.
I love neighborhood talk. Yeah,
I love it too. But they were saying Quavo is so corny and he should have never did that, and what was the reason? And I wholeheartedly agree because it's like, I'm pretty sure if he got her jewelry, which he did, he didn't ask for that back. Why is it that you're asking for this car back? If that was the case, and if you wanted everything, if you want to be so legal, take me to court for everything. But
I mean, let me say this. I did read where this was just kind of blown up on social media and that he really did not repossess her car. And so let me say that there is another side that says that this part that has been reported is not true. That he did not repossess the car, even though we saw where it's for sale. But okay.
Okay, but what did he do? If he didn't repossess it, then what did he do?
I don't know.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I mean, if there's another side, I mean, where's his statement to say, y'all tripping, I didn't do this, she gave the car back, or, you know, something. So
no,
all I'm saying is
he took the car back. He had a lyric in some song, and I will find the lyric, but it basically insinuated that he took the car back.
Right.
So it's like,
it's showing online for sale. So I forgot where, but it's showing online for sale for, I think, Zaire, you said $279.
Yes, $279,000 at a used dealership in San Diego at Jake's Motors Cars.
I mean, come on, but what's up now? You know what? That sounds like some real broke Dick Danny type stuff, where it's at a used car dealership. So, like I said, he didn't really have the money. Honestly, that sounds like a dude that really didn't have it like that anyway. You know what I mean? He's not a high value man. So let's just get that straight. And so regardless of what happened, if somebody gifts you with something, please make sure you know that it's owned, it's yours, and that no one has the right to come and take anything away from you. I've heard about stories about women that, you know, got divorced and didn't realize that, you know, they didn't own the home they were in. They didn't own, you know, the cars and the things like that. And so you're talking about months and years possibly of arbitration in court. This stuff is legal. And I mean, we've got pictures on the screen from TMZ and all that of him dragging her through a damn elevator. So, I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, you know, let's just keep it 100. This is not a high value man, and she shouldn't be surprised. And I just want all these women and young ladies out here that are entering into any type of relationship. You might not be with a Quavo hip hop rapper, whatever, but whatever relationship you're entering into, please. Because as much as we want to believe that love is so true and so real and so fairy tale like, I promise you that
ain't the truth.
It's not always the case. You have to protect yourself, because you better believe he's protecting himself if he's the one spending the money. Know what's going on, know about that paperwork, know where the coins are, and know what you have a right to. And if you're not the wife, then your rights are even more limited than if you were the wife, period.
Facts.
That's a great lesson, guys. So if the lesson is coming from me, make sure he don't take the gifts back. But be smart.
Exactly. Well, this has been a great session, ladies.
Yes, ladies. Yes.
I have enjoyed myself on this wonderful Wednesday. And Stacey and I will be back for another podcast. Not sure what the topic will be, but it's so much going on out here in the world, man. We can just go in on pretty much anything. But again, the goal is to talk about, you know, what's going on in the blogs, in entertainment, you know, kind of reference that and relate it to real world activities and real life activities. And so we appreciate you guys joining us. And don't forget to check out our website at raindropcombos.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any stories or any content that you'd like to share, have us discuss, we would love to hear from you. And our little baby sis Zaire will be joining us on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, as long as the Lord allows. To, you know, talk about what's going on in reality TV and in entertainment and whatever other topics are trending and popping out there. So this has been a good one.
I also wanted to say, Zaire, like what I noticed with, or the difference between like Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. But Real Housewives of Atlanta and the new show is just the way that the young Black man, Carlos King, of course, the way he portrays them. Mm-hmm. Like, I definitely see the difference. Just in the whole Shamari thing and the way that she was portrayed on our HOA compared to excuse me, again, I have the hiccups, on this show. Black people, pay attention.
I think so too. But the thing is, this is her redemption. This is a redemption for every single aspect of Shamari's life. So, you know, Happy for that. Happy that she's not being portrayed as the sloppy drunk wife.
Right.
Was on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
All right. Well, maybe we should hit that episode. Hit that, next Wednesday. I would like to, I used to be like really into Real Housewives and a lot of reality TV. So I've been kind of out of the loop, but y'all are putting me on game. So I'm going to do my homework this week and get caught up so I can at least chime in on something because I feel kind of lost, even though I know these groups from the 90s and all that from the, from the Encore series. I'm a drop in and check it out and see what's up. But this has been a good one, ladies.
Yes. Thank y'all so much.
Well, this has been Michelle with the Raindrop Combos and
Stacey. And guys, thank y'all so much for listening. And who else?
Hey guys, it's me, it's Zaire.
We're gonna put Zaire on her own podcast, man, because she's just too good. Too good. Amazing. She's gonna outgrow our podcast. She'll always be our special guest, but I think she's ready for her own thing, man. She doesn't know how she can blow up. So y'all show some love, drop your comments, share out the content, give us a like, subscribe, share, and again, hit us up at info@raindropcombos.com if you have any information that you would like for us to discuss on the next podcast, and we will see you on the next one.
Michelle, make sure tell them what platforms that we are now available on.
We are podcasting on like 7 different platforms. Let me pull it up real quick. We are podcasting. So obviously, we've got the video podcasting going to Facebook and YouTube, obviously. But we are actually on, and let me pull up our podcast platform. I'm going to call off all of the platforms that we are on right now. And so please do catch us, man, because I'm sure with the number of platforms we're on right now, there's no way you can't catch us on one of these apps. I know you got to have at least one of these apps on your phone because podcasting is getting like really big. And so I like to only listen. I'm really like an audio only person when I'm listening to even a YouTube video. Right. I'll throw in my earbuds and I just like to listen. And so that's why podcasting is so big because people just kind of like to listen like radio. So right now we are on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Breaker. We're on Player FM. We're on the Podcast Index. We're on Listen Notes. We're on Podcast Addict. And we'll soon be on Google Podcasts. So, man, did you hear all those podcast networks? Yes. Baby, we're rolling. We're rolling because we're trying to get this content out here. And we just want to talk to you guys. So definitely look us up, man. And don't forget to check out our website again, raindropcombos.com. Looking to hear from you. Leave your comments. Let us know how you feel.
IGN drops.
Exactly. All right. Well, it's been a good one, guys. You have a good one and love you.
Love you guys. Good night.
Good night.